Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Harold here, Figuremania Show. Hope you guys are doing well wherever you are in the world. And in today's video, we are taking a look at the brand new Monsterarts Mechagodzilla 2021 final battle version from Godzilla vs. Kong. And this figure is absolutely impressive. And before I go any further, I want to give a special shout out and thank you to Kowkistoy for sending me out this figure for review. And if you guys have not picked this up yet and you guys are considering, you guys can go over to kowkistoy.com, use my promo code Figuremania-kowkis to get 6% off this figure. And let's continue with the review of this really cool looking figure. Giving you guys a look at all the accessories that come with this figure, and he comes with quite a lot, and which is nice to see. So let's start off with the photon scream. So this it comes with the traditional Bandai stand, and this photon scream is in a translucent red plastic, which is very nice. So I like how the light passes through, making it light up, so which is nice. And the end of it, I mean, we've seen this before, like with other Godzilla beams and stuff, and it's practically a reused thing, but molded in a red plastic, which is nice. And with this Mechagodzilla, he comes with two punching effects. Okay, so like in the film Mechagodzilla, when he punches Godzilla, he has like these energy balls that come out of his fist and things, and that's what this is. Now I'm surprised to see that this is its own effect. Like it doesn't fit over the hands, like you have to disconnect the hands and then plug it into its peg, which is nice to see. And you can if you're doing toy photography, you can reuse this this effect for other figures, other characters, like Ryu doing his Hadoken, which is kind of cool. And he does come with 6 booster effects. Okay, now out of the box, they don't come assembled, so you have to, you can assemble them yourself. So just for the purpose of this video, I'm keeping all of them all connected, but they're very easy to take off and assemble, which is kind of nice. And they're in a translucent orange plastic as well, which is really cool. So and I'm going to show you guys how you connect this part to the figure, which is kind of nice. And that's a new thing to this figure. He comes with his punching mecha hands, okay, that we're used to seeing. And new is the end of his tail. Okay, so this is the spin blade part that you can connect to his tail. So you have to remove the piece that's there already, and then you connect it. I'll show you guys that momentarily. So that's it for the accessories for the figure. So let's take a look at the design of the figure itself. Taking a look at the sculpting detail and the paint app of this figure, much has changed. Now, in terms of like the sculpt, it's the exact same, but there has been design changes to the figure itself. Now, as you can tell, this figure this time around, it comes with his red LED lights that are painted on this time, which it looks really awesome. I really like this. This is what I wanted the first time when I got this figure when I got the first figure 3 years ago. It was just he was like, imagine this figure but without the red. That's what we got the first time around, and I wasn't really happy with that at the time. So like before doing the review, I had my buddy do a custom paint job on him, because this is what I wanted from the beginning and things. But regardless, I mean, it was a nice figure for the time, but I think this figure is miles better than the previous one, and I'm going to show you why. Okay, now the red on him is all done nicely. So even like on the under part of him and things is all done well. Even like the red inside of his neck. And this time around, you get the photon bit that's inside of his mouth. The original didn't have that, and Thankfully, it doesn't interfere with the articulation of the mouth of the figure, so you can open and close his mouth no problem with that piece being there, which is nice. Very cool. Okay, and that's pretty much it in terms of like the paint app. I mean, he has that pristine look. He doesn't have any weathering on it and things, you know. So I will show you my my old one in a minute, so I can give you guys a look at the differences between a custom job and a stock job. Okay, so very nice. A point of contention in the very first release of this figure is the pistons. Okay, so a lot of people reported breakages out of the box in the pistons and things, and even like when they would move it around, like the pistons would come off and things, and it was very difficult to place them back in. But however, this time around, it looks like they made some improvements where like it's able to hold it a little bit more, so I can pose them just a little bit better. And I didn't notice this the first time around, the thigh swivel on my old figure. He does have it, but like it's so stiff. But this time around, like the thigh swivel for this figure is a little bit more easy moving, easy flowing and things. So this is pretty good. So it looks like they did improve this part over here, that it just doesn't it's not gonna break on you or like come apart on you so easily like the first figure did. So this is pretty cool. So just demonstrating for you very quickly the articulation. I mean, it's the exact same from the previous figure, so that hasn't changed. Okay, so there are limits to how you can turn his head because of the sculpt, so which is, I guess, I don't know if I would say that that's unfortunate or not. I mean, that's just the nature of the design of this figure, that they're not able to incorporate more head turning for this figure, which is, it is, and personally for me, I do find it acceptable. Okay, so which is okay. I mean, you can turn his head all the way around if you wanted to do that. Okay, and then like you have to be aware of these pieces, moving along together, like when you want to do more posing and things. And in terms of like the shoulders, I mean, he does have like that butterfly joint, and you can put him in that T pose. Like the shoulder areas, they're still tight on this figure, like in the previous. Okay, so okay, and you got these shoulder bits that move. Okay, and then you got like the little cannons that are still in. It's so difficult to take it out. I'll do that later when I show you guys the accessories. Okay, and then the elbows. Okay, so again, just like the previous figure, it's just it's very tight, so you just have to exercise patience when bending his elbows. For his legs, I mean, you have to be aware that there's these pistons over here too, that help with this figure, and you can kick the figure. Oh, let me just adjust the camera a little bit for you guys. So he can kick out about that much. Okay, and bend his knee about that much, and you got ankle pivot. Okay, so you've got pretty good ankle pivot on this figure, which is kind of nice. And he's nice and stable, so he won't fall over. He's got 3 points of contact, which is kind of cool. Now, as for the tail, you do get the joints are pretty loose, so I mean, you can get good range out of it, but if you do it a little bit too much, as you just saw, like you can pop it off. Okay, and unfortunately, like with all copies of the Mechagodzilla, even like the previous one, the very first one, he's not able to hold the pose. So what you can do to remedy this is you can get something called Kiki Fix. I'm going to put up on screen for you here. This is courtesy of the Articulation series. He uses Kiki Fix to tighten the joints and things. So he used that on his figure, and after using the solution, you know, the tail is able to hold the pose, which I'm going to do that. I'm going to, you know, get a solution, something similar to that, because I want to be able to, you know, pose this tail and keep it in a posing position and things. So which is okay. Now, just like with the previous figure, he does come like with these shoulder cannons. Now, you need to have nails. Okay, so for me, it's very difficult for me to do that, so I use an apparatus like this to try and pop this open, and there he's got his shoulder missiles there, and the other side has it as well, and there, as you can see, so he's got the shoulder missiles, which is nice. New to this figure is also this part here. This is now movable. Okay, so the previous figure, this was not movable whatsoever. Okay, and it's movable, so you guys can move this panel here that reveals the point where you can insert the. Let me just adjust the camera a little. Where you can insert the rocket boosters effects. So you can open that up, and that's where that part goes. So let me just do that for you very quickly. And just putting that in. I like how this looks. So I'm going to, for my figure, I'm going to keep it like that. That looks very cool. And like this is movable, so like you can adjust it and things, which is nice. Okay, so putting that down, and I'm just gonna gently squeeze this part here, so like it appears like it's flushed against, and that looks very, very cool. Very nice. So I got the rocket boosters connected, and this is how I'm gonna keep this figure on my shelf for sure. I like the look of this for sure. So now I'm going to replace the tip. So now it's very easy to switch this out. Now you're not able, now on the previous figure, you're not able to remove this part whatsoever, so that's new. And then here is the spin blade, and that looks pretty cool. And you know, you can position it too, which is kind of nice. Okay, so that looks pretty cool. Very nice. Nicely done. And for the energy fists, that's very easy to do. So just pay attention. So like they are sculpted in such a way where it's easy to know which one it is. So as you can see, like this, you know, it goes this way. It doesn't go that way. So it goes like that. Okay, so which is nice. So I'm gonna switch it out very easily. Okay, and the plastic is very nice and malleable, so don't worry about anything breaking off it, which is nice. And there is his energy fist, and that looks really cool. And for the proton scream, so at the end of it, there's like this little circular shape that you can connect right onto the proton scream, which accommodates it. Okay, now it can't hold the pose without the stand. Okay, so just to let you know, but that looks pretty cool. And here we have Mechagodzilla with all of his accessories displayed, and that looks really nice. Let's take a look at a side-by-side comparison with the old figure. Now, keep in mind, mine is already custom painted and things, so it's not a fair comparison, but it's good, you know, just for the contrast of it. And here he is. As you can, I hope you guys can see, like, on my original figure, he's been, you know, my friend added some grime to him and things, and he added like the red LEDs that he thought that, you know, probably this figure does have and things. So he did a good job, I think. But let me show you very quickly, you know, as before, like as I said, if you notice this part here, like when you move it around, like these things would pop off, and that's one of the big things, you know, from this last release that you know, was happening to a lot of people. But it doesn't look like that's the case with the new figure, which is nice. So I'm gonna have to try and place that back in, and that's so difficult for me, for someone like me with, you know, with the fingers that I have. Oh, it's gonna be a bit of a pain. But guys, what do you think? Should I grime up my new figure to look like this guy? What do you think? I don't know. Like, I like the pristine look and things, and but maybe I can keep, you know, both of them. You know what I mean? One pristine looking and one give it a grimy look. Now, unfortunately, like with between the two figures, you know, I can swap out these pieces with his hands, right? But when it comes to the booster rockets and things, I mean, that's a whole new design. I mean, that's just not present on this figure here at all. As you can see here, like this part here is movable and this one isn't. And for the tail, I mean, this is just not removable at all either, you know. So yeah, those are the only major differences between the two figures. Like in terms of the sculpt and everything, everything's the same, but in terms of like design and things, you know, as I showed you guys, it's quite different, you know. So yeah, what do you think? If you guys have the original one, are you guys keen on picking up the new one? I think the new one has a lot to offer. There's way more playability and things, especially for toy photographers and things. So yeah, I think this is a solid release for the SH Monsterarts line. So I'm very happy with this one for sure. So let's just go ahead and do some quick size comparisons. So let's pull out the SH Monsterarts figures first. So we have Godzilla 2019. This is my favorite of that sculpt, of the legendary sculpt. And we have the SH Monsterarts Kong with a custom head. If you guys are wondering why he's smiling, it's a custom head. So yeah, we know that you know, this Mechagodzilla figure is a lot bigger compared to you know, the other figures in this line. Let's pull out the Haya version. First size comparison here is the Haya Toys First Edition Kong, and I think that looks pretty good. So let's bring out Godzilla. So let me put him to the side, and let's bring out Godzilla Re-Evolved. And I like the way this looks very much. Okay, so for the purpose of toy photography, I'm going to keep it all SH Monsterarts, you know, for the toy photography. But at some point, I will do toy photography with these two. I mean, I like this. I like the way this looks a lot more. So guys, let me know, what do you think? I mean, what do you think? So are you guys, when doing toy photography, are you going to be using the SH Monsterarts, or are you going to be using the Haya for, you know, for toy photography? Let me know. And that concludes the review. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And guys, let me know in the comment sections, for those of you that are keen on picking up this figure, are you guys excited for this figure? Are you not? And anything that what do you like about it? Anything that you don't like about it? Let me know that in the comments section, all right? And stay tuned for the behind the scenes of my toy photography. I'm gonna get to work on that next, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, everybody.